Friends and lovers of the seventh art, today we gather to remember the life and legacy of an actor who touched entire generations with his magnetic presence on screen. Terence Stamp has passed away at the age of 87, leaving behind unforgettable characters and establishing himself as one of the great icons of world cinema. Born in London in the year 1938, Stamp built a career defined by versatility and bold artistic choices. From his earliest steps on the stage to his celebrated triumphs in Hollywood, he always displayed a singular intensity, able to capture the audience's attention with every gesture and every glance. He gained international recognition as the ruthless General Zod in Superman, released in 1978 and again in its sequel of 1980. Through this role, Stamp proved he could dominate the collective imagination by embodying one of cinema's most iconic villains. Yet it would be unfair to confine his career to that portrayal alone. He moved seamlessly across genres and styles, from collaborations with visionary directors such as Pier Paolo Pasolini to celebrated works like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert in 1994, where he astonished audiences by revealing his sensitivity in a role of great delicacy. Throughout his artistic journey, Terence Stamp earned not only the respect of critics, but also the affection of audiences across decades. Early in his career, during the 1960s, he caught the world's attention with Billy Budd, released in 1962, an adaptation of Herman Melville's classic novel that earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. It was only the beginning of a path filled with remarkable milestones. With his piercing gaze and unmistakable voice, Stamp became a constant presence in powerful productions. He worked under the guidance of celebrated filmmakers such as Federico Fellini and Ken Loach, moving between European cinema and major American studios. This balance between the experimental and the commercial was one of the elements that secured his reputation as an actor of rare sensitivity and fearless artistry. But his mark was not left on screen alone. Stamp also devoted himself to writing, publishing memoirs and personal reflections that revealed his most intimate side, filled with spirituality and a deep perspective on life and art. This literary side made him even more admired, proving that his talent extended far beyond acting. In the later stages of his career, Terence Stamp continued to reinvent himself, showing that his artistry knew no limits. During the 2000s, he appeared in productions that introduced him to a new generation of viewers. Among these were his role in Wanted from 2008, his appearance in Green Planet, and several special performances on television that reaffirmed his versatility and magnetic presence. Even in smaller roles, his presence was unmistakable. A single moment on screen was enough for him to radiate authority and intensity, qualities that had accompanied him since the very start of his career. His steady gaze and elegant demeanor became his trademark, turning him into an actor who bridged eras without ever losing relevance. In his final years, Stamp was remembered not only as the eternal General Zod or the touching Bernadette in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but as a true craftsman of interpretation. His ability to move, to surprise, and to provoke thought made him a complete artist, admired both by his peers and by audiences across the globe. Beyond the spotlight, Terence Stamp cultivated a life of spiritual search and self-knowledge. Deeply fascinated by Eastern philosophy, yoga, and meditation, he found in these practices a balance that guided him for decades. This inner dimension was also reflected in his writings, where he explored memories, personal experiences, and profound reflections on existence, offering readers a sincere and thoughtful view of his journey. When announcing his passing, his family emphasized that he leaves behind an extraordinary body of work, both as an actor and as a writer, capable of moving and inspiring future generations. That statement captures the essence of Stamp, an artist who went beyond merely portraying characters to become a transformative presence, both on and off the screen. His death, at the age of 87, brings to a close a brilliant trajectory, yet it does not diminish the radiance of his artistic heritage. On the contrary, It reaffirms the greatness of a performer who never feared risk and who, over 6 decades, moved gracefully between the epic, the poetic, and the profoundly human. Thus, the farewell to Terence Stamp is not only the loss of a remarkable actor, but also of a restless spirit that constantly sought new ways of expression. His journey remains a guiding light for those who believe that art can be, at once, entertainment and reflection, emotion and inspiration. From Billy Budd to Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, passing through Superman and countless other works that defined eras, Stamp taught us that true talent lies in the ability to reinvent oneself, to touch the human heart, and to leave an indelible mark on the collective imagination. Today, the world of cinema says goodbye to a master, yet his voice, his presence, and his body of work will live on, resonating in every generation that rediscovers his films and his writings. Terence Stamp has departed, but his art remains eternal, like a flame that will never be extinguished on the grand stage of film history. Well, dear friends, we have reached the end of this tribute to Terence Stamp, an unforgettable artist who forever changed the history of cinema. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with other film lovers, and subscribe to the channel to follow more moving stories like this one. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.